Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the new week. I hope you all had a terrific weekend. This week we're doing the summary essay, and I'll just give you a bit of an introduction to it. But Wilhoit chapter 4 does a very good job, and you should read Wilhoit chapter 4. Again, writing a summary of an article is a skill that I assume you probably already have been exposed to. And so you don't need too much review, just a little practice. The only trick with a summary is you have to maintain a position of neutrality. That's really hard in our culture right now, where we're so argumentative with each other, and frankly our public figures are such blithering idiots that it's really hard to listen to someone, either someone with whom you strongly agree or someone with whom you strongly disagree. That skill is rapidly dying, and so the trick is, in a summary, is you must remain neutral. You will see that I've chosen two articles for you, and those articles were chosen deliberately because they are provocative and they're strongly worded. And unless you're planning on moving to a desert island or moving to the planet of Mars in the next 6 months, they are things that you should be interested in and paying attention to. So the trick is, when you're reading something, when I'm reading something with which I strongly agree or strongly disagree, my urge is to rush in and start adding my opinion and my feelings and talking about the topic. Neither of those things is appropriate in a summary. I'm serving simply as a go-between between the writer and the reader, and I'm assessing what the main points are and simply conveying those to the reader. My opinion of the argument, my opinion of the topic, and my feelings on the issue are not relevant to a summary. They are relevant to a critique, which is the next paper we'll be writing. And so that's the trick. The trick is, when you're feeling like you want to rush in and write your opinion on the issue, don't. When you feel like you're going to want to rush in and add your agreement or disagreement with the writer, don't. Simply convey the main points. And we'll talk in the forum about ways to expand upon that so that you get to meet the 750 word minimum. So I put up a piece on Canvas on how to get to these articles. You will pick one of the two of them, and then you will download it, print it out, and annotate it. So for the 63% of you who yet have not taken the time to read chapter 1 in Wilhoit, the very best thing you could do for yourself is to read that chapter. That's how the work gets done efficiently and effectively by people who know what they're doing. So download the article, annotate it. By all means, honor your reactions and honor the way you feel and the reactions that are provoked by the writing. But remember, those don't go in a summary. You need to put those aside and sort of bracket them for another essay. Okay? Here is the thesis statement for this essay, and everyone can use the same thesis statement. I'm giving it to you, and the thesis statement is, in the article, insert the name of the article, the writer, insert the name of the writer, argues that or asserts that, and then insert what you take to be the writer's main thesis. So the only trick is determining what the writer's main thesis is, and we'll have some discussions in the forums this week about how you figure that out, and syntactical arrangements and things like that some people have been talking about in the forums. Okay, so as you're crafting this essay, I've had the machine place you in groups of 4 peer review groups of 4 people, and only you 4 will have access to that particular discussion. And your job this week is to work closely with those other 3 people and craft your essays the best you can using the techniques of peer review that you'll also find laid out for you in the module. Okay, so only you four will be in that group, and I think you can access it by, it's a discussion. Okay, I'm well aware that some people will participate only minimally, and some people will not participate at all for some reason which is completely unknown to me after all these years in education. Some students refuse to participate in peer review. I don't know why that is. It's the single most important thing you can do, and so I don't know why some people refuse, but some people will. So I'm well aware that you probably won't have all four people really pulling together. If you can get all four people on board and get them working together and get everybody focused and doing the work, that would be terrific. I'm well aware that that probably won't happen for at least some of the groups. So please know that I'll be monitoring these groups during the week, and that the points will be awarded according to participation and quality of participation. All right? That should be fairly self-explanatory. If you have any questions, this is something new on Canvas that we couldn't do on Blackboard. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll try to help as best I can. But as far as I know, you will have access to the one discussion group to which the machine assigned you, and there will be 3 other people, and only you 4 people will be in that particular discussion. Okay, so that's about it for this week. I'll be grading your papers that are coming in. I'll be busy most of the week grading those. Just to give you a kind of an insight, I spend usually about 8 to 10 minutes per paper, and we've got 28 people left in the class, so you can figure out how many hours that work alone is going to take. Okay, finally, I want to say how proud I am of you guys. We're into the 3rd week now of an 8-week class. Typically by this time, at least a third of the students have simply quit. And I think it speaks volumes to your dedication and your willingness to complete the job in the summer. The fact that we've only lost 1 person. We have 28 people in the class right now, and I think it speaks volumes to your dedication to your education, and you should be proud of yourselves as I am proud of you. So we're a quarter of the way through already, so let's keep plugging. I hope you have a great week, and if there's anything in the modules that's unclear, please let me know. I've tried to organize everything and have all the assignment sheets and the requirements and everything all kind of lined up so you can read through them. First thing to do is get a hold of the article that you're going to analyze, and you can pick either one of the 2. Then download it and annotate it using Wilhoit Chapter 1. Then once you've got it annotated and feel like you're grasping the author's main point, then start crafting this essay and share it with your colleagues in your peer review group. There are some resources on how to do peer review there. Also, starting on page 307 in Wilhoit is some good advice about how to do peer reviews. Again, peer review is the single most important thing you can probably do between you and your reader. And again, don't blow this off. Invest some time and energy, and you'll find that the time and energy you invest in peer reviewing with each other really pays off big time for you. All right, so have a great week. And I will be in and out of the forums and things during the week, and I hope you have a great one. Bye.